Guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and the place to be, it's Debsy. Bloop, bloop, that's me. Boop, Debsy. Hey guys, and happy Monday. Oh my gosh. I had the day off, and I am so happy. I am refreshed. I wish my knee could say the same thing. I am refreshed. I am rejuvenated. I got my hair done. Yeah, I know. Look, I was like, I got my roots covered. However, they're pink. I guess I'm pink on the inside. Anyways, that means anyways. So I got my hair, I got my hair cut. I got the roots done, and I got it cut a little short in the back, a little shorter in the back. And she was going to do it, Tony was going to do it up curly. But I said, how about if we do it straight? So she obliged. And if Tony is watching, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. She had also told me today that because she is a subscriber, she does watch, but she kind of judges when I'm going to need my roots done based on the my thumbnails. So she had noticed that maybe she needed to do something a little different with my hair. She told me what it was. I don't remember because I'm not great at remembering things. That's just how I am now. So, but Tony, I love it. And I didn't get any more colors, like any more like fun colors put in. I'm gonna wait until me and my mom get our 8x10s done. And then I might get some blues and some other fun colors, maybe some blues and some purples added in. But right now I'm going to just have the pink. So I did all of that and I was relaxed. I'm relaxed. So we'll head into tomorrow relaxed, ready to go, and then have Wednesday off. So I hope everybody had a great day. It was the day after the Super Bowl. And to be honest with you, I completely agree with Jason Kelsey when he said he thinks that the day after Super Bowl should be a national holiday. I agree, just because me and Dolly didn't drink. However, we did stay up later to watch the whole game. We're not happy with the outcome. But I did enjoy sleeping in a little bit after staying up a little bit later last night. Speaking of the Super Bowl, that is what we are going to talk about today. I'm going to give some of my thoughts on it. And then at the end, I'm going to show you a little spread of what we had. Oh, we had some appetizers last night. As you know, during the NFL season, me and my mom every Sunday we're watching the NFL, and during the week too, sometimes we'll watch it. And we also watch college games. I am a proud fan of the Alabama Crimson Tide. My mom cheers on Penn State, Pitt, mostly Penn State. I cheer on Penn State as well, but my number one is Alabama. So we always have either the NFL on, or we have on college football. And during the NFL season, if you know, then on Sundays, I would always make some appetizers, and we would have appetizers. So that's what we did last night. We had mini corn dogs. We had stuffed potato skins. We had some pizza. We had pinwheels. Listen, the ham and cheese pinwheels I made with the Pillsbury crescent baking sheet, not the crescent rolls that you would have to pinch together, but the baking sheet. All I did was I preheated my oven to 375. I rolled out the baking sheet it's supposed to be on parchment paper. We don't have any, so I used, aluminum foil. I should have probably sprayed it. And then I laid down my ham and my cheese. I used what did I use? I used Swiss, and I didn't have enough of that, so I left the mozzarella that we had. And then I put that down. I rolled it all up real tight into a log, and then I cut it into 6 pieces. And I put it in for 15 minutes, I think. I probably could have maybe put it in for maybe one more, but it was done. It was very good. It was very filling. I had queso, which was, what was it? It was Velveeta, a block of Velveeta. It was a can of Rotel, and it was ground beef. And I mixed that all together, and then we had scoops. We had like the tortilla scoops with them, and the Taylor cake, the Taylor's boyfriend cake. So we had all of that. It was so tasty. We had actually too much, but we have some left over. So I might have some queso tonight, maybe for the bachelor. Okay, so moving on from the snacks, let me give you just some of my thoughts on it. Okay, first of all, Post Malone's rendition of America the Beautiful, loved it. Absolutely loved his rendition. I loved that he was playing the guitar for it, and he has such a lovely voice. He really has just a great voice. And my mom really liked it too. She said he has a very good voice. I love Post Malone. I think he's like one of those people that just seems to be like a genuinely nice person. And I've seen so many things on social media where fans have come in contact with him, and he's never been anything but just very friendly and kind, and just he seems like a kind heart, like somebody who just has a kind heart. I really did enjoy his rendition a lot. The anthem, listen, I'm going to say this right now, and please don't come for me. There might be like maybe one song of Reba McEntire's that I like. I'm not that big a fan of Reba McEntire's music, just because, I don't know, her voice is too twangy for me. That being said, I did not hate her rendition of her national anthem. My mom really doesn't like Reba McEntire at all, and she liked it. So I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was the best that was ever done. However, she didn't throw a ton of tricks in there. I thought it was probably, if I'm giving it out of a 10, I would probably say maybe like an 8, maybe an 8.5. And for me, that's saying a lot, because I'm not that big a fan of, I like country music, don't get me wrong, but typically, most of the time, I'm like, Reba, I don't know. I would probably say an 8.5 for her, which, like I said, for me, is big. Okay, the halftime. I loved it. And I will be right up front when I say this. When I heard that it was going to be Usher, I was like, Usher? But why? I mean, he doesn't have anything new. He doesn't have any new music. We haven't really heard from him for a while. As it turns out, he is touring. I believe he has a residency out in Vegas. And correct me if I'm wrong, he might have an album coming up. I know that he is touring. So that could be the reason as to why they were like, do you want to do it? But listen, he put on a fantastic show. The only thing, number one, when he first came out, his audio didn't seem that great. It got better. He put on a fantastic show. There was hints that he was going to have guests. Alicia Keys was already confirmed. He had Alicia Keys, he had Ludacris. That, to me, when he brought Ludacris out, that was it. Ludacris, Lil Jon, Jermaine Dupri, will.i.am. Listen, let's talk about Jermaine Dupri. Jermaine Dupri, at first, I thought it was CeeLo Green. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. No, it's Jermaine Dupri. Jermaine Dupri, whoever styled that man, get yourself right, because what was that outfit? It was like a cross between like a pilgrim and maybe he stole his daughter's like Sunday Easter socks or something. What was that look? I don't know. So there was that. Alicia Keys, when she came out, she also, like, her first couple little notes were off key. She recovered beautifully. Listen, I'm not going to say anything terrible about her singing, because I can't carry a tune in a paper bag. So I'm not going to say anything about her. And everybody was talking about how, was it inappropriate that Usher was touching up on her, hugging her from behind? They're friends. And from what I understand, her husband, Swizz Beatz, thinks it's hilarious that people think that something is going on between the two of them. And from reports that I heard, Usher had gotten a marriage certificate for him and his longtime girlfriend to be married. I heard reports that they had gotten married. So either they had gotten married, him and his longtime girlfriend, or they're about to get married. So nothing is going on between him and Alicia Keys. They're friends. It was all an act for the show. Listen, I absolutely loved his show because it had so many hits. It was 2 minutes longer. He said he was going to go 2 minutes longer than the normal show. But listen, when he put on those skates and he was skating around and he was dancing and skating, no, that took it to another level. He didn't have to do all the things where he's up in the air and he's floating around. He's a great performer. I will admit, at first, I was like, I don't know how this is going to be. I will eat my words on that and say it was fantastic. That was a great halftime show. I absolutely loved it. Was it the best of all time? No, the best of all time was Prince. I mean, you can't script it any better than Prince singing Purple Rain in the pouring rain. His was the best of all time. Usher's was very good. I enjoyed it a lot. Even my mom was like, I really liked that. I enjoyed that quite a bit. So I loved it. And I had even thought in the beginning when he brought out the band, I thought, well, I really hope that is an HBCU. And as it turns out, it was. That is the band. They're called the Sonic Boom of the South, and they are from Jackson City University. I loved seeing that. I love that he used a band from a historically Black college or university. I loved it. So there was that. Also, let's get into these commercials. I used to always love, and I still love watching for the commercials. Typically, I'm not like super big on watching commercials, but for the Super Bowl, I like to see what ad companies are putting out there, especially given how much money they have to spend on a commercial to air during the Super Bowl. I was kind of disappointed a little bit. There were a lot of trailers for movies, which some of them I'm actually going to go see. The ones I will be seeing are Deadpool 3, absolutely. A Quiet Place, which has a prequel. Absolutely loved the first Quiet Place. A Quiet Place. Second one, I did enjoy it. I didn't like it as much as the first one. So this one is going to be a prequel, and it shows you how this all happened. There was Wicked, the Wicked movie, which is dropping on Thanksgiving. There is also Twisters, which is a sequel to Twister. So there were a lot of there were quite a few trailers. There were, I'm not saying that I didn't like any of the commercials. The Timu, or wait, I say Timu, but now I guess they're saying Timu. That one didn't catch my attention even a little bit. My favorite was Dunkin' Donuts with I'm not a fan of hers at all, but it was with J-Lo, Ben Affleck, who, listen, I used to absolutely adore and love Ben Affleck. But then he treated Jennifer Garner like shit in public. And now I'm like, no, thank you. But it had J-Lo, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, who for me was the funniest in the whole commercial. He stole it, Matt Damon, and Tom Brady. And I'm not that big a fan of Tom Brady, but he was even funny in it. That was my favorite, the Dunkin' Donut one. I also like the one with the Reese's peanut butter cups, where everybody like overreacted. The guy put his head through a wall. Another guy put his head in chili. There was a dog hula hooping. I thought that was cute. I liked the CeraVe commercial with Michael Cera. I like Michael Cera. I mean, I liked him from Arrested Development, and also from the Barbie movie. But I did not know that there was kind of like a conspiracy theory, I guess, out there on Reddit that Michael Cera has something to do with CeraVe. So I guess that's where they came up with it. I thought that was clever. And what was the other one? The other one was Uber Eats, where they had Jennifer Aniston and David Schwimmer, and she just didn't remember who he was. Like all of these people, oh, and it had David Beckham too. But people just weren't remembering things. So I thought that was cute. I like that one. But overall, I wasn't that impressed with the ads. The other ad that everybody's talking about is the Beyonce Verizon ad. And that's because she dropped new music. She had dropped 2 songs, Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages. They are both country. So she's going to be putting out, it seems like, a country album. And this is Act 2 of Renaissance. So she's going to be dropping country. Listen, I'm absolutely okay with people, hopping from genre to genre, because listen, Taylor Swift did it when she went from country to pop. Kelly Clarkson did it for the same thing, country to pop. So I'm perfectly fine with people, going back and forth between genres. And don't come for me when I say this, but I don't think I'm the only one who kind of maybe thinks that she's doing it to maybe get a Grammy for Album of the Year in another genre. That's all I'm saying. I mean, it came out right after the Grammys, so... And Jay-Z, and listen, if Jay-Z had not made the speech where he brought that up, then I wouldn't think that. I'm probably wrong. I most definitely am probably wrong. That's just how I felt when I heard that. That's all. And I heard part of both of the songs. Texas Hold'em is catchy. It seems like 16 Carriages is the one that is much more personal and has a lot more of her personal life in it. So, I mean, I have to listen to them more to know if I really like them or not. But hey, if you can switch genres like that, go for it. I'm saying, listen, wherever you are happy making music, then do that. And your fans will follow. Taylor, we got to talk about Taylor. Now, Taylor was there, of course, obviously. Taylor was there. She was in a suite with her mom and dad. Her mom and dad, I believe her brother and his girlfriend, Mama Kelsey, Papa Kelsey, Jason Kelsey and his wife Kylie, who I really like. I like Kylie a lot. She just seems to be very like down to earth. Like everybody else is all dressed up to the nines. She's just in like a t-shirt and jeans. Just very down to earth. I like Kylie Kelsey a lot. And who else was there? She did show up to the game with Blake Lively, Ice Spice, also in the in her suite, the $1 Million Suite, was, I believe, Kelly Teller and Miles Teller. I don't know if he was there from the start. He was there at the end. And, you know, Kelly and Miles are married. And also Lana Del Rey. Lana Del Rey was in there as well. So that is who was in the suite. Now listen, I know everybody was watching Taylor, but I couldn't help to notice Blake Lively. First of all, her hair with the curls, I was obsessed. Her hair looked sensational. I loved just the fit and the clothes that she was wearing, because she was giving me kind of like Sporty Spice, because it was like a red tracksuit with a white, like, it wasn't a sports bra, but like a white top underneath. But hold up a second. The main thing I was looking at besides her hair was all that jewelry. All of the jewelry, from what I understand, I watched a TikTok where a woman went through and gave exactly everything that she was wearing and the prices. She was saying it's all from Tiffany, and it is almost $50,000. So almost $500,000 worth of jewelry. Wow, my goodness. Oh, girl. Number one, I would be nervous about losing something. And I was thinking, listen, that had to have been kind of heavy, because she had said that it looks like she had on 14 bracelets, and those necklaces were chunky and they looked pretty heavy. So listen, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed seeing Taylor, and honestly, once again, it was a game that went into overtime. So the amount of times that they showed Taylor Swift did not take away from any of the football that was being played. It's not like they cut to Taylor Swift at the very end as, you know, the game-winning touchdown was being thrown. So anybody who says she's ruining the game, forget it. You don't know what you're talking about. So that right there is the game. Now, me and my mom were rooting for the 49ers. We were rooting for the 49ers because we kind of always root for the underdogs, except for when I root for Alabama. So, but we always root for the underdogs. I particularly liked the fact that Brock Purdy was the very last player picked in his draft class. The very last. Nobody gave him any shot to be anywhere. That's why I wanted them to win. Also, don't come for me on this. I don't like Patrick Mahomes. I'm not a big fan of his. I'm just not. I don't like whenever talented. Yes, I will never take that away from him. However, whenever there's a play that doesn't go his way, there's a tendency sometimes for him to throw a temper tantrum, to start yelling, and to start throwing things down. I don't like that. And speaking of yelling, listen, that little display that Travis Kelce had with Andy Reid. I get that you're in the middle of the biggest game of the year, and I get that people get real worked up with sports. However, listen, Andy Reid, I don't know how old he is, but it's not like Andy Reid is 30 years old. He went up on him. He could have knocked him out. He could have fallen. And then he starts screaming at him. I saw on Twitter, I believe is probably a player, had said, listen, if I would have done that, I would have been thrown out the league. Probably. How is he getting away with this? And then later on, he just joked about it. Travis Kelce did. He just joked about it. Like, oh, you guys saw that? Oh, I didn't know that you could hear anything, that you saw that. Oh, I was just telling him I love him. No, I didn't like that. I didn't like that one bit. I'm not going to say anything about nothing else. I did not like that. I did not like that at all. So there we go. We were kind of pissed because for most of the game, for the first and second quarter, the San Francisco 49ers had it in hand. And then after the halftime, they just blew it. Oh, no. So there we go. So listen, I'm going to say it. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. Ain't nobody gonna see this. My number one dream lover was there, and that was Paul Rudd. I don't know why he has the mustache, but he was there with his son. He is a super fan. He has been at every one of the Super Bowls that they have won. So congratulations to the Chiefs, to their fans, and congratulations to the 49ers as well. Listen, you didn't win it this year. You got a great team. Who knows what's on your horizon for next year? Hopefully you can get another one very soon. So with that being said, let me know in the comments. Did you watch? What was your favorite commercial? And if you did watch, what did you have to eat? And so with that being said, I am going to bid you adieu. And if nobody told you yet today, I love you. You're loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion. Oh, what's that? Acceptance, hope, positivity, and all the good things out in the universe. Please make sure that you check in on one another, take care of one another. And also, number one, please be aware of your surroundings. Number two, please stay safe. I will see you guys tomorrow for a recap of The Bachelor, and I will see you tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye, guys. Okay, guys, so here it is, our Super Bowl spread. We're starting off with ham and cheese pinwheels that I made with Pillsbury Crescent baking sheet, ham and cheese, some leftover. Now listen, we had gotten this on Friday. It's pizza from Sforno's in Jeanette, which has the best pizza around. And so we cut up the extra and just put it in. So we have pizza sticks. We have mini corn dogs and loaded baked potatoes. And we have some queso dip, which is Velveeta, ground beef, and Rotel. We got some scoops to go with it. We have some Dots homemade style pretzels with cinnamon sugar, which is the best. We have our beverages. And look at that. We have a cake for Taylor's boyfriend. You heard it here. Dolly had to take a piece of 87. Woo! What? So, yeah, there we go. Even though I think we're both rooting for the 49ers. So, so there we go. It is all of the eats. I can't wait. Okay, whoever you are rooting for, have a great time. And if you're out, please be careful. No drinking and driving. And yeah, I'm not going to say go Niners. I'm going to say go appetizers.